How to become your child's educational advocate. This content is for educational purposes only and is not legal or medical advice. Are you worried about your child's education? Are you beyond frustrated dealing with your child's school? If you answered yes to either question, then this content is for you. I'm Michelle Kotler. I've worked in special education for more than 30 years as a teacher, school administrator, and an attorney. Navigating special education laws can be daunting, but don't worry, you can learn to advocate effectively for your child's needs. As a loving and concerned parent, no one has a more vested interest in your child's future than you do. Let's break down the steps to become your child's best advocate. First, it's critical to learn about special education laws, such as Section 504 of the Vocational Rehabilitation Act and the Individuals with Disabilities Education Act. Title II of the Americans with Disabilities Act also applies to public schools. Each of these laws protects your child's rights. To the best of your ability, make sure your child has been thoroughly evaluated to uncover all issues. Relying on the public schools alone to do this is a mistake. Learn how to understand what the evaluations mean. You cannot rely on the school's interpretation of results. Next, communicate clearly with educators in writing. Express your concerns and ask questions. Document everything. Maintain separate files for evaluations, IEPs if your child has them, meeting notes, report cards, progress reports, work samples, discipline records, and other communications. Use an AI note taker during meetings if needed, but review the notes immediately after the meeting and correct any inaccuracies. You are entitled to a copy of the meeting notes taken by the school. Read them before you leave the meeting. Correct any inaccuracies or omissions. If the school refuses to correct or amend meeting notes, send an immediate email documenting your concerns about the accuracy of the meeting notes. Written records support your case significantly. If your child has an IEP, an individualized education program, understanding it is crucial. The IEP outlines specific goals and services your child should receive, but it may not be written properly to address all of your child's unique needs. Because the paperwork burden is growing and falling on fewer people, IEPs have a tendency to become cookie-cutter versions of each other. Make sure your child's IEP is tailored to his or her unique needs. In some cases, schools may not respond to your requests. If you've tried everything and still face challenges, consider filing for a due process hearing. This may sound scary, but you can handle it. The U.S. Supreme Court has ruled that parents do not need lawyers to take their school system to a due process hearing. Gathering the right information and knowing how to present it is the key. Make your requests in writing to create a paper trail. Proper documentation becomes essential. Request a copy of your child's educational records, but keep in mind that the school is not legally obligated to give you a copy unless refusing to give you a copy would prevent you from being able to, quote, inspect and review the records, which is what the law requires. The due process hearing allows you to present your case formally. I will make future videos that go into more detail about due process hearings. In summary, becoming your child's advocate requires understanding laws, communicating clearly, and documenting everything. Don't hesitate to file for a due process hearing if necessary, and after you've done the proper preparation. As a thank you for watching this far, I'm making a special offer available to you. If you've attended special education meetings, you're familiar with that 40-page book that you probably never read and that you could wallpaper your house with, called Procedural Safeguards. These are your rights as a parent of a child with special needs. I've created a one-page guide that summarizes your procedural safeguards in language that is easy to understand. All you need to do is go to parentsplaybook.org and request your free guide. Trying to advocate for your child when the system seems stacked against you is enormously frustrating, especially when everyone else in the room has more knowledge about the system than you do. Every child deserves an education that works. That's why I'm committed to giving you the knowledge and tools to help you make meaningful progress. If you are serious about doing whatever it takes to unlock your child's potential, my online masterclass, The Parents Playbook for Special Education Success, will teach you how to find specialists that can identify and treat hidden conditions that may be impacting your child. You'll learn how to advocate like a professional, and even how to take your school system to a due process hearing without a lawyer, step by step, from start to finish. No more endless searching online and going down rabbit holes trying to figure out what to do. This 10-week masterclass is the game plan you need in language that's easy to understand, complete with templates, examples, references, videos, and activities. Here's a dirty little secret. I've met parents who've spent between $40,000 and $100,000 on legal fees for due process hearings and lost their cases anyway. Having a lawyer does not guarantee a victory, but it does guarantee that you'll be substantially poorer at the end of the case. You don't need a lawyer to take your school system to a due process hearing, but you do need to learn how to do it correctly. Transform your frustration into confidence with the Parents Playbook for Special Education Success. Join parents around the country who say, "I wish I had this years ago." The link to the masterclass is in the description below. If you'd like to support my work, kindly consider buying me a coffee. Every penny is truly appreciated and allows me to continue with my mission to help as many parents as possible through this channel. The link is also in the description below. Please like, subscribe, and share this content with other parents who want to help their children. Follow the Parents Playbook for Special Education Success on Facebook and on Instagram under PP4SES. Leave a comment and tell me what special education questions you have so I can make future content about them. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.